Hello, loyal drama devotees and Salem superfans. It's your favorite purveyors of pulse-pounding plot twists, the TV Days Drama Digest crew, sliding back into your feeds with another bombshell that's got the soap world buzzing like a hive of angry hornets. If you've been glued to your screens, clutching your popcorn and whispering prayers to the soap gods for just one more twist in the tangled web of days of our lives, then buckle up. Because today we're diving headfirst into the seismic shift rocking the Kiriakis DiMera dynasty. We're talking about the heart-wrenching, jaw-dropping exit of young sensation Alice Halsey from her role as the pint-sized powerhouse Rachel Black, and the tantalizing rumor that's got everyone on the edge of their seats. Could original firecracker Finley Rose Slater be poised for a triumphant return to reclaim her throne? Picture this. It's a crisp autumn evening in Salem, the kind where the fog rolls in off the docks like a shroud of secrets, and the mansion lights flicker with the promise of scandal. Rachel Black, that sassy little spitfire caught in the endless tug-of-war between her scheming mother Kristen DiMera and her tormented father Brady Black, has been the emotional epicenter of some of the show's most gut-wrenching arcs. From whispered manipulations in the shadows of the DiMera empire to tear-streaked confrontations that could shatter glass, Rachel's journey has been a roller coaster of innocence lost and family bonds tested to the breaking point. And now, just as she's on the cusp of unlocking a memory that could unravel the entire fabric of recent tragedies, think the chilling night of E.J. DiMera's shooting, where a child's blocked trauma threatens to explode like a powder keg. The actress bringing her to life is walking away. Yes, you read that right. Alice Halsey, the 10-year-old prodigy who's captured hearts with her razor-sharp delivery and those wide-eyed stares that pierce straight to the soul, is reportedly packing her bags for greener pastures. But why? And more importantly, who will step into the void she's leaving behind? Let's unpack this drama with all the flair it deserves, because in the world of soaps, no exit is ever simple. It's a symphony of speculation, heartbreak, and high-stakes hope. To truly grasp the magnitude of this departure, we have to rewind the reel a bit, back to the chaotic spring of 2025 when Days of Our Lives first thrust Alice Halsey into the spotlight as Rachel Black. It was April 24th, to be exact, a date now etched in the annals of daytime TV history like a dramatic soliloquy. Finley Rose Slater, the original Rachel since her on-screen birth in 2021, had been the face of this troubled taut through thick and thin, the custody battles that tore families asunder, the ghostly visitations from a fabricated dead sibling that twisted young minds into knots, and the everyday sass that made Rachel the undisputed queen of backtalk in Salem. Slater, with her precocious poise and those dimpled grins masking a DiMera's devious streak, had grown into the role like a vine overtaking a crumbling wall. Fans adored her, or loved to hate her, depending on the tweet storm of the week. She was the kid who could deliver a zinger to Brady that left even the grizzled veteran choking on his coffee, all while batting eyelashes that screamed trouble from a mile away. But then came the recast. Whispers started swirling in the shadowy corners of soap forums and Instagram live sessions, scheduling conflicts, creative directions shifting like sand dunes, or perhaps just the relentless churn of a show that's been spinning yarns since 1965. Enter Alice Halsey, stage left, with the subtlety of a thunderstorm. At just 10 years old, Halsey wasn't your typical soap newbie. This was a girl who'd already conquered the small screen with the ferocity of a seasoned pro. Her breakout? The role of hyper-intelligent Madeline Zott in Apple TV+'s Lessons in Chemistry, where she sparred verbally with Brie Larson like a pint-sized philosopher king. Imagine a child dissecting quantum physics over breakfast. That's the vibe Halsey brought to Madeline, earning raves for her uncanny ability to blend wide-eyed wonder with whip-smart cynicism. From there, she voiced twin sisters Kat and Ellie in Disney Junior's Kindergarten, the musical, flipping between bubbly optimism and sibling rivalry with voices as distinct as night and day. A guest spot on the rebooted Night Court followed, where she stole scenes from comedy heavyweights with a deadpan delivery that had critics calling her the next big thing in kid comedy. And let's not forget her animated cameos, where her vocal chops turned cartoon chaos into gold. When Halsey stepped into Rachel's Mary Jane's on April 24, 2025, it was like injecting fresh adrenaline into a storyline on life support. The transition wasn't seamless. Oh no, soaps thrive on friction. Fans mourned Slater's exit like the loss of a favorite toy, flooding comment sections with pleas like, "Bring back Finley." Rachel's soul is gone. But Halsey? She didn't just fill the shoes, she kicked them into overdrive. Under her watch, Rachel evolved from a bratty sidekick into a full-fledged force of nature. Remember the episode where Rachel, haunted by fragmented memories of that fateful night EJ was gunned down, confronted Kristen in the DiMera living room? Halsey's performance was electric, her tiny frame trembling with suppressed rage, eyes darting like a cornered animal, voice cracking on lines like, "You lied to me, Mommy. You said he'd come back, but he's gone because of us." It was the kind of scene that leaves you breathless, tissues in tatters, and hitting rewind before the credits roll. Soap hubs buzzed. Halsey brings a vulnerability to Rachel that's heartbreaking, one reviewer gushed. Another noted, "She's got that old-school soap intensity, but with a modern edge, like if Dakota Fanning grew up in Salem." Over the ensuing months, Halsey's Rachel became the linchpin of some of Day's most audacious plots. Picture the summer sweeps teaser. Rachel, manipulated by her mother's endless vendettas, accidentally spills a secret that sends shockwaves through the Brady pub, igniting a feud between the Hortons and the Kiriakis that hasn't burned this hot since the 80s. Or the fall arc, where a therapy session unearths buried trauma from the EJ shooting, Halsey navigating panic attacks with the raw authenticity of a veteran, her sobs echoing through living rooms nationwide. Fans were hooked, tweeting threads dissecting every micro-expression. "Alice's Rachel is breaking me." "That stare down with Brady?" "Chef's kiss." Ratings ticked up, water cooler chatter exploded, and suddenly, this child actress was the talk of Tinseltown. But fame, as we all know in this glittering gutter of glamour, is a double-edged sword, sharp enough to draw blood when opportunity knocks. And knock it did, with the force of a prairie windstorm. Enter Netflix's ambitious reboot of Little House on the Prairie, the crown jewel in a crown of classic revivals that's got streaming execs salivating. Announced back in January 2025, this isn't your grandma's bonanza of butter churns and moral fables. It's a gritty, unflinching reimagining of Laura Ingalls Wilder's semi-autobiographical tomes, penned by showrunner Rebecca Sonnenschein. *The Gilded Age*, and backed by CBS Studios. Think Yellowstone meets The Handmaid's Tale on the dusty plains of 19th-century Kansas. Family survival against the brutal backdrop of Manifest Destiny, where blizzards bite like betrayal, locusts devour dreams, and the American West claims its toll in blood and tears. Production kicked off in the rugged wilds of Alberta, Canada, this past summer, capturing the raw, unforgiving beauty that Wilder's words painted so vividly, endless golden grasses swaying under storm-tossed skies, log cabins huddled against the howl of winter gales, and characters forged in the fire of frontier hardship. The casting call for young Laura Ingalls was the stuff of Hollywood legend, an open audition that drew thousands of hopefuls, each vying to embody the tomboyish disruptor at the heart of the tale. Laura isn't just a girl in a sunbonnet, she's a firebrand, honest to a fault, authority-questioning, tender yet hot-tempered, the beating pulse through which viewers witness the Ingalls family's epic odyssey. Melissa Gilbert owned the role in the original 1974 to 1983 NBC series, starting at age 10 and growing into an icon alongside Michael Landon's paternal gravitas. Now, 4 decades later, Netflix needed lightning in a bottle again. Enter Alice Halsey, announced on May 2, 2025, as the new Laura, a match made in casting heaven. Alice is a disruptor herself, gushed Sonnenschein in a Tudum interview. Honest, fierce, with eyes that see right through the bullshit. She's our window into this adventure, just like Laura. Halsey's casting sent ripples across the industry. Paired with Luke Bracey as the steadfast Charles Ingalls, a rugged Aussie heartthrob channeling Landon's warmth with a steely edge, Crosby Fitzgerald as the resilient Caroline, and Skywalker Hughes as the pious Mary, the ensemble promises fireworks. Early table reads leaked glimpses of magic. Halsey, perched on a prop stool in full pioneer garb, bantering with Bracey about crop failures and moral quandaries, her laughter cutting through the tension like sunlight-piercing clouds. But this isn't child's play. The scripts delve deep into Wilder's world, Osage displacements, scarlet fever epidemics, the grind of homesteading that tests souls to their frayed edges. Halsey's preparation? Immersive and intense. Reports from the set describe her poring over Wilder's 9-book series by lantern light, faux, of course, practicing fiddle tunes on a borrowed violin and quizzing dialect coaches on Midwestern twangs until her voice cracked with authenticity. The stakes are sky-high for kids in the 1800s, she told a Variety correspondent during a rare break. Laura doesn't just survive, she fights. And that's what I love, fighting for what's right, even when it hurts. For Halsey, landing Little House was a dream scripted in stardust, but it came at a cost, the soul-crushing juggle of dual gigs. Days of Our Lives, with its breakneck taping schedule, 250 episodes a year, shot in a blistering 18 days, clashed brutally with Netflix's cross-country shoots. Imagine a 10-year-old rising at dawn for chemistry reads in Burbank, only to board a red-eye for Calgary snow capes, memorizing lines on turboprop planes while battling jet lag and the ghosts of sleepovers missed. Insiders whisper of tearful production meetings, where Halsey's reps pleaded for flexibility, but the soap's machine doesn't pause for prairie dreams. By late September 2025, the verdict was in: Days would lose its Rachel. Halsey's final scenes air the week of October 31st, a poignant send-off laced with foreshadowing, Rachel's memory trigger erupting in a torrent of sobs, confessing fragments of the EJ shooting to a stunned Brady, her tiny hands clutching a locket like a lifeline. It's the kind of exit that screams, "I'm not done yet," leaving doorways cracked for returns we all crave. The fallout? A fan frenzy that's eclipsed even the great Stefano resurrection debates of yore. Social media is a battlefield. Hashtag Save Rachel with Alice trends alongside hashtag Bring Back Finley, with petitions garnering 50,000 signatures overnight. Alice made Rachel real, one devotee laments on Reddit. Her pain in that therapy scene? I ugly cried for days. But the counterwave crashes hard for Slater. Finley is Rachel. That recast was a mistake. This exit just proves it. Eric Martsolf, Brady himself, took to Instagram with a heartfelt post, saying goodbye to Alice breaks my heart. She's family now. But Finley's spark? Irreplaceable. Soap gods, dear thing. Even Stacey Hayduke, Kristen, chimed in during a soap opera digest profile. Both girls poured magic into my girl. Alice's intensity was fire, Finley's mischief, pure joy. Whoever comes next, they'll have big boots to fill. And here's the spark that could ignite it all. Rumors, thick as Salem fog, point to Finley Rose Slater as the frontrunner for the recast. Slater, now 11 and eyeing tween roles with the poise of a pro, hasn't been idle since her 2025 exit. Whispers link her to a guest arc on General Hospital as a sassy Spencer cousin, and she's been spotted at industry showcases, belting show tunes with a voice that could shatter chandeliers. But her heart? Sources close to the day's casting couch swear it's still in Salem. Finley's been in talks, dishes an anonymous NBC exec. She grew up on that set, knows every trapdoor, every tier duct queue. Bringing her back would be poetic justice, a full-circle moment that heals the fan divide. Imagine the drama. Rachel, post-trauma, returning with Slater's trademark smirk, but tempered by time away, a wiser, wearier version, grappling with mommy issues amplified by Halsey's haunting final bow. Plotters are already scheming, a miraculous recovery from a fabricated illness or a custody swap that yanks her back into the fray just as Kristen eyes a new alliance with the Kiriakis. Why Slater? Beyond nostalgia, it's narrative gold. Her original run cemented Rachel as the ultimate wild card, the kid who orchestrated a fake haunting to sabotage Brady's romance with Chloe, or the one whose playground taunts exposed Ava's secrets, sending ripples to the mob underbelly. Slater infused her with a bratty charm that was equal parts infuriating and endearing, making every tantrum a must-watch event. Halsey layered on depth, turning mischief into menace, but fans crave that spark, the unfiltered glee in Rachel's eye when she drops a bomb. A return could catapult ratings, bridging the old guard with fresh arcs, Rachel allying with Tate Black against teen angst, or uncovering DiMera dirt that topples empires. And let's not forget the metadrama, a recast reversal in a storyline about fractured memories. It's Days at its meta best, winking at viewers while twisting the knife. Of course, nothing's set in stone. Days head writer Ron Carlivati has a history of curveballs. Remember the time he aged up a teen by a time jump, only to retcon it with a dream sequence? But the buzz is deafening. Fan cons are abuzz with panels debating Rachel 3.0, cosplayers channeling both actresses in split-screen glory, and theorists spinning yarns wilder than a possessed Marlena. Will Halsey bow out with a bang, her Laura Ingalls destiny calling like a siren's song across the plains? Or will Slater's return rewrite the script, proving that in Salem, no one's ever truly gone? As the October 31st airdate looms like a guillotine, one thing's certain, the drama's just heating up. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.